Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Untouchable. If you joined me for the first time, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And if you're returning, it's because you love me and I love you right back. Okay guys, so last video we're talking a little bit about my fertility journey, and as you can see, little man decided he has to be in this video, so we're gonna try and shoot the second part, I think, of the video, and hopefully he'll let us get through it, right? Would you? Okay. All right, so I think I left off talking about finding out I was pregnant, but real quick before I get into that, I wanted to elaborate on a few things that I left out in the other video. During my visit to Lut Hospital in Nigeria, they found that I had fibroids. I had an idea that I had it, right? But you know, I was told that I could get pregnant with those fibroids. I didn't have to worry about them or take them off at all. But in Lut, they told me if after about a year to 2 years of actively trying, if I don't take in, then they would think about taking it out. In my head, I'm like, what? I'm not waiting that long. If that's it, then I should go do a surgery. So anyway, that was, as of that time, that was what we knew about fibroids then. Obviously down the line I took in, and I'll get back to the fibroid story after. But I felt like watching African Apes and a few other people, we don't really talk much about fibroid in African Black people in general. We don't really talk about how much this fibroids. I don't even know what causes it, but like it'd be like 8 out of 10 people, you just hear fibroid story, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure what to do to prevent it or how we get it, but it's there. We don't talk about it. It's there. You just notice you have big tummy and you're using your back to cover your stomach and this, but it's just fibroids growing in there. It's crazy, but you know, God is faithful. Anyway, so I thought to bring that in because I know I didn't say that in the last video. So those are some of the things I found out when I ran my tests. And then I talked about, you know, genuinely celebrating others, being happy for people. It's very important that you're as much as you're physically getting ready, that your spiritual mind is ready. I know that sometimes you can easily be like, oh God, but why this person is not as good. What you think is good is not what God thinks is good. So sometimes you might see this one person that's probably the wayward kind of person, and boom, they just get pregnant, have kids, and you're like, God, why them and not me that is living your life in church? Because the Lord looks at the heart. That's one thing I've noticed. So make your heart right to God. I had unforgiveness in my heart for the longest, and I still think that was part of the hindrance for me in the beginning, because when I was able to let go, I found peace. Then I could really communicate with God. Like, I got closer. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not the most spiritual person, but sometimes God gets you a situation that gets you close to Him. And I know this seeking of the fruit of the womb was one of the biggest things in my life where I went to God and I was like, bro, this is the only human being the only being, not human being, but the only being that I really believe in right now. So if it wasn't Him, who else could I go to? So again, just, you know, genuinely just being happy for people, it goes a long way. There's no need to hate. There's not best enough you carry your own child, you will carry your own. You don't understand. So but just be happy for people. And yeah, you get sad, and that person, not you, but tap into it. Let it be like, because you did it for this person, you will do my own, and that goes a really long way. So I really just want to buttress that point. Anyway, so let's continue the story, how I found out I was pregnant. And so, mind you, remember we had IVF down the line. So early April, I started to feel some type of way. So I thought again, hormonal balance kind of thing, because, you know, I had this forced pregnancy thing before. So I didn't think much to it. I was just like, whatever. So I didn't see my period 2-3 days. I was like, this thing I started with the falseness again.
Lord of God is power. I'm standing on His promises. The word of God is power.
I'm gonna do lab test, the blood one, and I'll be sure. So the next day, I think I went to the lab, went ahead and did a blood test. And the guy was like, congrats, man, you're pregnant. I was like, it's a lie. I promise I ever feel like a mad person. was like, do it again. He said, madam, it's 1,500 naira. I said, do it again. He said, he now did it again. It was positive. I said, okay, do it one more time, because Nigeria, test system can be, I was like, I don't want anything that would give me unnecessary high hope or whatever. And then he did the third time and gave me the results. Like, madam, you can go now. I beg, you're pregnant. I entered the car. I was shaking. I was vibrating. I said, but is this how you do things? One time, out of the million times you did, nothing happened. Is this it? Is this real? It was just, I was driving. I didn't know how to tell my husband. I didn't know what to tell my husband. I just got home. The first few days, I didn't tell my husband anything. He was still asking, have you seen your period? I said, babe, is this hormonal balance thing? Blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, okay, no problem. Then, I think during that same week of finding out, I was like, let me go do an ultrasound. And, you check to see if the baby is there now. Oh, my God. What you don't know, that sometimes really just make you foolish. So I went to the ultrasound place. The technician who was doing it, she kept rubbing on my tummy, rubbing 30 minutes. I said, what's up? Is there a problem? She said, madam, are you sure you're pregnant? I said, what do you mean? She said, I cannot see any baby. Hey, it was like, let the ground just open and let me enter. I said, God, not. No. I said, those blood tests lie? She said, I don't know, madam, but how long did you say you are pregnant? I said, I don't know, that's why I'm here. She said, when was your last menstrual cycle? I answered. She checked again for another 10-15 minutes. She said, madam, maybe you go and do another test too. God, I was crying. All hope was lost. It had been as if somebody just took my heart away from my body and just wham. I left there. I was like, thank God I hadn't even told my husband. And then I went back again to another lab differently, ran the blood test. They said, madam, you're pregnant. I said, but the technician that was checking me, the ultrasound, could not see it. They laughed and said, madam, you cannot see it now. You're only about 5 weeks pregnant now. It's still blood. Oh my goodness. It was like I should go back there and swear for that woman. I should just go back there and beat her. Do you understand the trauma you had put me through? Jehovah. Anyway, so that happened. And so I went back. I figured out how I was going to tell my husband. I'm going to put that video next after this, so you guys can see his reaction. We played a game, and then that was how I told him I was pregnant. Okay. Hi guys, so we're going to do a couple challenge game. Well, that's what my husband thinks, but in actual sense, I'm about to tell him he's going to be a daddy, and I have my neighbors and my friends. They're going to help me do it. Guys, I'm so nervous. I don't know. I'm shaking. But I was waiting for Nepa to bring light. I don't know. He's going to be here next time.
You want like music?
Yes. That's that. And that's that. That's another option.
Okay.
Can you see him?
We will turn this down. Okay. Are we ready? Yeah, let's go. So here's the game. So when I ask you a question, you either point to him or point to her. Or point to yourself. First question.
See, you know the first question, just ask. It's a video recording, right? Yeah, you cut off.
Who will be the first to settle a fight? Who will be the one to win an argument? Who said I love you first? Who's spending the most money? Who is the messy one? Who is the funny one? Who is the most patient? Who takes longer to get ready? Who is grumpy in the morning? Who is the social butterfly? Who likes taking pictures? Who is going to be a daddy in the next 9 months? Who else? Final question. Who is ready to be a daddy? Okay, let's see who wins. Okay. Look.
Okay, this is to celebrate the new news. I'm gonna be a daddy. Just got it to come back.
Husband, I got pregnant, and you could tell it was just overwhelming joy for us. But you know, devil, I don't know. I tend not to blame devil for things, but for every new level, there's a new devil. Now, that's how some people put it. So the battle of, what's the word I'm looking for now? A different battle now emerged. So now I'm pregnant. Good news, great news. So the first few weeks was like, you know, I'm like, okay, morning sickness, you probably spit, throw up, be sick. I didn't have that. I wasn't spitting, I wasn't nauseous, I didn't have appetite to eat. So I was like, okay, no problem. And I think I found out I was pregnant about 6 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks. I was 7 weeks pregnant at that time when I found out. And then, so 7 weeks pregnant, then started feeling pains, bad pains. I didn't understand, like I would cry myself to sleep. My husband was so worried, so we went to the hospital. Then the first hospital we went to, they're like, do you know you have fibroids? I said yes. They said, and you still got pregnant? I said yes. They told me it will not be a problem. The woman said, like, these fibroids are very big, and they are multiple. They are like all over the place and mighty big. I said, ha. She's like, I'm really scared for this pregnancy. Of course, I want to get a second opinion. So I went to another private hospital. Immediately the guy saw me. That was, I think at this time when I went, I was about still my first trimester, but like I think this second month to third month or so. The guy was like, yo, it's in your bed rest, you're high risk pregnancy. I said, high risk, but how about that? He said, yeah, this fibroids, I don't think you stay up to full term. He already planned my delivery, how I will have to get the baby out early, how the fibroids this, how the fibroids that. I said, it was just like deja vu. I said, God, how you keep me picking? And then now this is going on. Me and my husband, like, we went back home. We're like, okay, since they said bed rest, so I was on bed rest for most of my pregnancy journey, right? Yes. And so I was staying in pain. The days I couldn't take the pain, they would give me injection on my butt. It was really traumatic. Then one day the pain was so much, went to the hospital. And then they suggested that I take off the baby, take off the fibroid, and try and get pregnant again. I said, well, take off what baby? What baby? this child? No. I said, this child is a child that God has given me. If it's the pain, I will deal with the pain and we'll go through it. They're like, this pain, it's crazy, or I might get to a time where it would have to pick between you or the child to survive. When they said that, my husband looked at me. I said, well, baby, if it comes to that, keep the child. I will be okay. I know you can raise the child. My husband said, no, we can have other children. I said, see, I don't know what you are saying, but this child, you know, if it comes to that, keep the child. He was not like, no. And then I think that's when I called my sister-in-law in the US. She was like, no, what, that's not your confession. Start saying both you and the child will make it. And then something in me, I was like, yes, I would live to raise my child, you know. I would live. I started confessing the positive things, started praying over the fibroids. My in-laws started praying with me. You know, then my pastor, everybody started praying about the fibroids. And days I will still have so much more pain than I could imagine. And I was just like, you know what, that's fine. So while I was only about 2-3 months pregnant, I was looking about 6 months. People be like, oh my God, are you due? Like, oh, you're about to have pop. And I didn't want to start explaining myself as to why my belly was that big. Only a few people knew I had fibroids, but I just took the joy in it. I started to do my photo shoot. I was like, okay, might as well, because I might be leaving this country soon. And so that was it. Difficult first 5 months of my pregnancy.
I kid you not, I don't know when last I took injection in my butt.
Yes.
But within the last 2 days, my butt is on fire. Injection upon injection upon injection. Nigeria medical system,
yeah,
it's trash.
It was a tough time, but there was something that got me through.
It's on fire,
I
literally.
think that was one of the things
Can't say.
that made my fibroid.
Like, it's been back-to-back injection on my bum.
A very great testimony. I decided to do a praise thing with God. So I would praise 1 hour every day throughout the pregnancy. That was me. I just praise 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour. I would just praise. I would dance. Everybody else would play. If I was laying down, I would just praise. And so I did that till it was time to, mind you now, you're pregnant in Nigeria. It was just, we were on lockdown. It was just, I don't know how to put the word to explain what it was, but it's tough enough being pregnant. It's tough enough being pregnant with fibroid. It's tough enough now being pregnant with fibroid with COVID. And then it's tough enough being pregnant with fibroid with COVID in Nigeria. I was just, you know, my husband was so helpful, so I was locked up in most of the time. So when it was time to start going back, no flights were going out. So we started looking for evacuation flights, and finally I found one, and that's how I was able to leave Nigeria and continue my pregnancy journey in America. So I will start my pregnancy journey in America, because that one is a different ball game on its own. That one will have a different title that you guys will be like, huh? What? That happened? But till then, share, subscribe, comment, like, tell a friend to tell a friend, you know. It might help somebody. I watch other videos that helped me, and I'm sharing because I feel like I can help 1 or 2 people out there. So till next time, guys. Daisy, you want to say goodbye? Tell them to subscribe to Mommy's channel. No. Did you pull? All right, guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.